Shivers down my spine. Hello, welcome to another episode of Andertons TV. I'm the captain.
And I am Danish Pete.
He's having an oral orgasm. Aural.
An aural.
Aural.
An
Sorry.
aural one. I mean...
Hey, not every day. Not every day
this job
that a very, very, very nice customer of Andertons says, hey Lee, and Pete, I know you're a massive John Mayer fan, and so am I. Woo, let's hashtag gay for Mayer. Yeah.
Turns up with this.
Says, do you want to try my limited edition, one of only 25 ever made in the universe, 2-Rock John Mayer Signature Series amp, versus my J-MOD100 brand new PRS John Mayer Signature amplifier, with a pedal board that I've put together that is basically, you know, kind of like a John Mayer-y kind of pedal board,
well,
using a crazy Briscati reverb unit that John Mayer just happens to use when he's using his J-MOD100. And we're like, no, not really.
No, we're busy that day.
We've got to do some £99 guitar reviews, you know. Yeah. No, we didn't say that. We basically, we put the phone down, drove around to his house, kidnapped him, and brought him immediately here.
Yeah.
So here's John Mayer.
Fairy came in.
Who hasn't heard of John Mayer? Yes, I didn't think so. I know not all of you like him, and I know some of you get annoyed about our constant obsession with him. But what can I say other than we love him?
Yes.
Well, we love him as a guitar player. You know,
We haven't met him yet.
we've never met him, so
He's yet to come and say hello.
And John's amazing, and he's had lots of amazing guitars and amps in his life.
Yeah. And women.
But as far as I'm aware, he's only ever had 2 signature amps made for him. So in amongst his plethora of Fenders, which he has used for years and still uses, and his Dumble steel string singer,
which Stevie Ray, I think, also used. Didn't he? I think so. Yes.
So
I'm just looking up because I think he did. Anyway.
He quite a while ago now. I mean, it's got to be 10 or 15 years ago. Did a deal with 2-Rock to effectively try to sort of reproduce as close as possible his Dumble amplifier, because he was worried that obviously he didn't really have a backup for his Dumble, and if it did all go wrong one day and he was in the middle of a tour, he'd have nothing to use. So the lovely people at 2-Rock attempted to clone that amplifier, emulate it if they could, and a deal was done to make 25 of them, and here it is. They have more recently tried to sort of replicate this with things like the 2-Rock Crystal, which I don't think was gigantically
wasn't a big
popular.
Success.
I think this is still seen as you know, this is a real highlight in 2-Rock's.
I mean, there's a couple of guys. Matt Schofield has got one. You know, there's a couple of guys that've got Eric Gales. There's a couple of guys who've got like signature 2-Rock amps, and the classic Reverb is kind of Robin Ford.
Anyway, allegedly a lot of it was said that actually this was it was Robin Ford's Dumble that I think a lot of this was supposed to have been.
I mean, that man and the tone. Look, I understand completely why you want to sound like Robin Ford.
Or have his I always used to think the funniest line on the 2-Rock website was like at the About Us page, and it used to go, yeah, way back, you know, me and Bill Crinard, you know, we decided that we'd try and start to make Dumble clones that were affordable and available. And it was like, well, I guess relatively speaking to Dumbles, these are affordable and available.
Yeah.
They're certainly not affordable or available to, you know, mere mortal people.
No.
Anyway, so that's that. John's relationship with Two Rock didn't last massively much longer after that. There's all sorts of myth and rumour online that you can go and read about.
Yeah.
We're not going to go into that because I don't know how much of it's true and how much of it's just made up, but whatever.
Fast forward.
For the last probably 10 years, I'm pretty sure you just see him using Fenders. Fender. I can't think of.
Yeah, no, he's
and
had a couple
Dumble, of course, in his Dumbles.
Yes, he got Dumble in the middle end and a couple of Fenders on the side.
Yes, of course. The Dumble has been a constant.
Wasn't there like Dumble, Fender, Dumble or something yet?
And then last year, the love affair between John and Paul Reed Smith.
Yes.
And I don't know that I really see them as terribly unlikely bedfellows. You know, I see them as being two people that very much feel that they're at the top of their game. One as a player, one as a designer, builder.
Yeah. One guy wants to explore new sounds and explore new ways of guitars and amplifiers and pick up configurations and doing all this Jerry Garcia thing and trying to get that tone, which is...
And a lot of people, you know, you look at the Super Eagle and the Super Eagle 2, you know, 10, 11,000 pound guitars, and you look at this amplifier and you think it's 6,000, 7,000 pound amplifier, whatever, and you'd be forgiven for kind of going, oh, John Mayer's just doing it for the money, and you sort of go, you know what, I reckon...
Don't think he needs the money.
Yeah, they made 100 Super Eagle 1s, 100 Super Eagle 2s.
Yeah.
I bet so far they've probably only made like 30 or 40 of these.
Yeah.
I reckon John Mayer probably makes in one gig more than he's made out of his commission on all these, you know. So I really don't think it's financially motivated. I think this is an opportunity for John and Paul to explore
avenues,
ideas
in a musical way.
Yeah, not in
any other way.
Maybe there is another way.
Oh, but you know,
maybe that's more likely. No, I don't think so. So yeah, it's. I think it's an adventure. Now Pete and I had the good fortune to sit in a room where John Mayer spoke to about 40 or 50 people at the NAMM show, and talked
literally
about
from here to the camera.
Yeah, he talked about this amplifier, and went to great pains to sort of say that although he wanted an amplifier that he just liked better than all his other amplifiers.
Yeah,
and although this was never meant to be his another Dumble clone, after every revision of this, the amp that he seemed to keep going back to in his collection to go, no, this one's still my favourite one, was his Dumble.
Yeah, but they never opened anything up, as far as we know, to look at it, and they didn't copy anything. They would listen, they would do and listen and do and listen and do and listen. Right? That was
what he said. I mean, again, it's pretty unusual. If you're going to make a clone of an amplifier, you'd normally just open it up and see how. But they went like, no, we never did that. We're like, you know, it's got to respond more like this. It's got to have more gain like this. It's got to have more bass. You know, like this was the conversation, back and forth, until eventually John's like, that's the amp. What did he say about something along the lines of you have to be a good player, or he said,
the thing is, he said if you want to play these amps, you have to be able to play the guitar to play these amps. I mean, it's not everybody that can. I'm not, you know, I can't. I'm scared right now. I'm like shaking and sweaty because I'm here in the video trying to play through these amps and making it sound just halfway decent. I mean, when he played this amp, he said you have to be a good player. You can't just, you know, you can't just go and then play something. You have to be able to tone it, get the tone.
That's why I'm not doing the demo. That's why he's doing the demo.
You have to, and I completely see what he means. You know, you can give somebody who might not be able to play, or who might be a beginner, and give him a Super Eagle plug into that, and it's not gonna sound any better.
If you're a player at kind of like my kind of level or whatever, you're probably going to plug into this, add a bit of nice reverb in, and it's just going to sound like you're plugged into a Fender.
Yeah, there's not much. You have to. Yeah.
It's until this is at the kind of volume levels that John Mayer would use it, with the kind of player that really grooves off of that percussive kind of vibe that the Dumbles kind of.
And it's a tone thing. It's like when you listen to Robin Ford as well, you hear that kind of. Let me just. Which one are we into now?
This one.
This one. I mean, go to the other one, please. And then just if I put the clon, it's a real clon on, and it's those sort of.
It's like if you're plugged into like a decent Fender amplifier,
I didn't do that
not even
sorry.
like a Hot Rod Deluxe or something like that, you'll have like a dynamic expression range that's like this, whatever, and then you plug into one of these and all of a sudden you've got this audible dynamic expression range that's like this, that I guess ultimately it's down to the player to exploit that extra.
There's so. I mean, sorry about that, but
it's good. I mean, I think the first thing we should say is I don't think these amps sound the same.
Not at all.
I don't think.
Not at all.
I mean, you can kind of dial them in to try and sound similar, but if we go back to Head 2, this for me is much more. It's got the bass end that's much more reminiscent of a Fender.
Yes.
And it's got the built-in spring reverb, which I think gives it a different vibe.
This one is more. It's more that I think this in the mind of I'm saying John and Paul, like I know them, John, Paul, and Ringo. I mean, I think what they've gone for in that is that Jerry Garcia sort of mellow kind of. So I mean, that's just what I feel.
Well, he was using these on the John tour.
I know, but it's that mellow kind of where you roll off the little bit of the tone.
Let's go through kind of typically what you can get out of this, and pedals wise, we've got some beautiful pedals on the floor.
Oh yeah, it's just
we are predominantly just going to use, I think, the clon. Well, should we use the tubes? Well, I was thinking.
Yeah, but that's it. I think the tube screamer works well with something else.
Right. Well, just stick with the clon then. Look, why not? Let's just stick with all kinds of gear that most people have got. I know you've all got.
Everybody's got a Centaur, kicking around.
So let me just turn. This is really simple to use. We've got a single channel with a gain and master volume over here. 3 tone controls, each of which can be boosted by the dip switch. Send and return for the reverb, and then contour, which is like a presence kind of control. So let's just start with everything at 12 and
without anything on, right?
Yeah.
Oh God, I'm gonna play, man.
It's literally like a Fender amplifier, but just that's got a volume control that goes more.
And it's just like. I mean, it's
where a Fender, particularly at the bass end, sort of compresses up and goes mushy, and you just sort of go, where's it gone?
It's defined, isn't it?
This doesn't. It doesn't hit that brick wall. It just
hopefully
carries on going.
Hopefully, this will come across out there in YouTube land.
So if we tweak this a little bit to make it a little brighter. It's just beautiful. It's that dynamism. You're playing quite quietly, and I'm sort of thinking, is that all the amp's got? And but then you literally just go, bah! And all of a sudden it's like, bam!
It's all there.
If we clon it on that setting. sexual experience.
Dude, right, honestly, I mean, that is just...
It just sounds fabulous.
I mean, we had that video we did recently with the Vibe King. That was good. Yeah. But the headroom of this one, the clean headroom, like, when you crank that up, you get all that cry from it. But this just...
yeah, it sounds great. So, now, if you're thinking, yeah, I'm sold, that's the amp for me, well, jump on eBay, because there's one on there right now, and it could be yours for the princely sum of £30,000.
What?
I'll take 2.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
What?
So that's that one. And the only reason I say that is because it's now going to make this one look incredibly good value. Despite the fact that it's still the price of a sort of a second-hand hatchback.
This is like this costs like I can get 7 of my car for the price of this head cost. There you go, ladies and gentlemen.
So look,
7.
Now, let's move on to the J-Mod. The J-Mod has a few different controls. So it is a single channel amplifier, but where there is an additional switchable gain boost that we can switch in. So I'll demo that. They're both 100 watt. Probably should have told you that. They're both completely transistor digital model. No, they're not. They're obviously all.
It's all actually there's a Kemper bill in the back, and I'm playing a Charbel.
That's the video that everyone's going to want, isn't it? If we Kemper profile these, can anyone tell the difference? Oh my god!
Quickly,
anyway, we haven't got time to do that. We haven't got time to do that. So, and just in case you're watching, I'm using the really helpful. I don't know if we've ever sold one of these, but we use it. We've used it a few times in here. Yeah. A radial valve tube head switcher, which is brilliant because it means I can have one guitar, 2 heads, and 1 cab, and all I have to do is press one button, and it reroutes everything. And it puts a dummy load on the head that we're not using, and all that. It's very cool.
Cabs, 1 cab.
I knew you'd say that.
Amps, 1 cab.
So, now, in a very bizarre decision that we all thought was a bizarre decision, John Mayer said to Paul, "I don't want reverb. I don't want reverb in my amp anymore."
Yeah.
It's like, we're all a bit like, whoa, because of course we're all thinking that, we've got our TC,
and playing
kind of, and he's like, but of course what I didn't realise is that he just uses a £4,000 reverb unit with it as well. So, it's fine. I live without a spring reverb if I've got a £4,000 reverb unit with it as well. So he uses this Rick Astley sounds like Rick Astley, doesn't it?
Rick Astley design.
M7.
I looked that up.
Reverb unit.
When I was told what was coming, and I was like, what? I mean, that's in all the big studios everywhere around
I've never
the world.
even heard of it before today.
Have these things.
So that's what that's got running through the effects loop on here. And let's have a little listen. Off. Now, I'll just set everything again at 12 so that we can do a kind of. In fact, what I might do, I don't really know how pointless this is, but I suppose
very pointless.
I could just set everything at 12 and just switch between them.
Do that
well, it might. I don't know, because it doesn't really make any difference.
For some reason, this one is louder than this one as well.
Well, it'll all just be about at what point have they set.
There you go.
I don't know that really means anything. It just means they're both allegedly the same output. Perhaps you've just got to turn this. Well, I suppose because this is, because this hasn't really got a. Well, I don't know.
Volume,
I'm babbling now. Right.
Babbling.
Okay. So let's just turn this up.
They're dribbling a bit as well.
Yeah. See what happens. Shall I turn the?
There you go. That's it.
Shall I turn the reverb down a smidgen?
No.
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 How would you describe that? It's not as expansive. It's
more
tighter, isn't it?
It's like that, but it's
more focused.
But it's down here.
Yes.
It's not. It's more here. It's really weird.
I don't know what that means.
But there's a lower end to it.
Do you think it's bassier?
I think it's bassier. And the other one? That bit.
So I might even want to roll a bit of the bass end off.
Yeah. I mean, now you're trying to get them to sound the same.
Well, yeah, I suppose.
Which might not be the point, because I don't know if that
no,
was
it's
the
not
point.
the point. Now, I think I want a bit more sparkle on that kind of tone.
Yes.
So I'm going to... Well, there must be a feel thing, because audibly it just sounds like this one below is just a little bit more...
snappy. It's got this...
See, you can't... you wouldn't get that ability to be able to go boom.
I mean,
this
is a big cab.
It's a big
which
cab.
I think it gives much more... I mean...
If you're listening to this on your iPhone speakers, you need to take yourself into another room and give yourself a stern talking to.
Yes, put some
and then
headphones.
put some decent headphones
put the speakers on,
or
and just go,
speakers or whatever. Because
just go on the other one, please. Let's just...
it's ridiculous. Now, at the beginning of the video, I thought I liked this one better, and now as we get towards the end, I think I might like this one better, but I guess they're just different strokes for different days, aren't they? What did you... Have you broken something? Please tell me you haven't broken something.
I haven't broken anything, I'm just, I know, please tell me you haven't broken anything.
I should have phoned my insurance broker. Yes, I need the insurance increase for our video room just for 2 hours.
Yeah. Dude. I mean, this.
What did you do? Hit the katana in?
No, I hit the screamer in there.
Oh, okay.
You can hear it gets very nasally. I mean,
yeah.
It's all about...
Do we know?
Sorry. I'm just completely.
I'm going to ask our off-camera John Mayer expert. Do we know if any famous John Mayer albums have been recorded using either of these amps yet? We might. What we'll do is the voice that you'll hear, they'll go, "I don't know." The only reason I say that is because it's probably all psychosomatic, or whatever. But I'm kind of hearing John Mayer tones from like 10 or 15 years ago.
But you remember he said, "I've got a room full of amps."
Yes.
He's got like 200 amps or something. I think he said, and I was going, "Huh?" And he'll. And the cool thing about being John Mayer, I can imagine, is, as he said, I'm a high to low guy, so I'll just go into a website and I'll just search from high to low and I'll just buy it. because I don't need to go, can I have one of those amps, please? He'll just buy it and it comes in, and then nobody knows he'll have it.
He came across, didn't he? I think everyone really cool, went into the room having read lots of stuff about John Mayer, thinking that, you know, where people often say he's a bit of a douche and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So, and he came across, and I thought he was really charming and
really well spoken, and not that I don't know, but it was like
very knowledgeable
really
about
knowledgeable
gear,
about life.
And he was like. It must be really, really difficult to sort of go, look, I am probably one of the best guitar players in the world, and I know I am, and I know you know that I am, and I'm not going to try and go, oh no, I'm not, I'm really not that good, you know. but it wasn't like he sort of said it in a way that you didn't sort of go, oh, what a wanker. But he did. I did love the thing. He's like, I'm just like you guys. I'm on eBay and I'm on the internet all day shopping for new pedals and amps.
Bought stuff from you guys as well.
He said the only difference from like me 15 years ago or 20 years ago to now, he said, is I use the high to low button.
Yeah. For pricing. Now, before it was the low to high, now it's high to low. And I can do that. That's cool. And it's really cool. I mean, and then when he then started playing, it was just like, oh, fair enough. All right, whatever. Fine. Okay,
yeah,
you
were very different there, because I just wanted to chop my fingers off, and you were like, I'm just
going
to
go price a guitar, give me a guitar. Like that. So because like he literally play a G chord. You just go, I'm going to play my guitar now, because when he plays something, it just sounded amazing.
Could we spend, Mr. Pete, just putting pedals on and then you playing a classic John Mayer inspired riff that the pedal reminds you of?
Oh,
like,
man.
What would he even play with a Qtron?
But he would play. Something like that.
Yeah,
I think it's a little bit.
It.
I think it's a little bit less, isn't it? I think it doesn't go wah as much.
Try it. I'll...
Oh, that's too lit. That's not enough. What is the solo on Rosie, isn't it? Is it like? He needs to open up a bit more.
I don't know. I'll try.
See, what it is with this stuff, right? Okay, so, and people are like, you can't sound like John Mayer.
Well, that's true.
Because I'm not John Mayer. I'm never gonna be John Mayer.
You're Danish John Mayer.
Danish Mayer. I mean, no, I can't Pete Mayer. Danish John. I can't. I literally cannot. I can't, because the thing is, he's got a certain setting. You know, you can get. I mean, this is what we talked about earlier. You can get all the gear. I mean, I played the Super Eagle. I played both of those Super Eagles, and it took me a while to get into it. I mean, there's got pickups everywhere. You can't put your pick in anywhere. You have to finger it, and it's like.
I knew that was coming. So come on, just play something else. You play John Mayer inspired stuff all the time.
Yeah, but I just play. My thing is to take stuff from people that I like and then don't play necessarily what they are, because I've never really sat down and checked stuff out.
Do you ever play anything that I play?
All the time. He played a lot of cool. Oh, I fancy a Booner now.
Do you know what? I can only think of one person better to come and do this demo than you. So John, if you're watching, we'll get all this stuff brought back in. I'm sure Secret John Mayer fan in the corner won't mind bringing it back in if you'll come, but call me. Come in. I buy you lunch next door, everything.
They got some good fish finger sandwich in there.
They do sell a mean fish finger sandwich next door. In America, they're probably going, what's a fish finger?
Yeah.
Do you know what a fish finger is? Maybe they do. It's not that.
Everybody's going, oh, you should have played that, you should have played that, you should have played it. I dare you to come in and plug into this and play and just come up in your brain with one John Mayer song to play. You just simply cannot come up with anything.
Can you play this?
I'm blank.
I must admit, I wasn't, nothing terribly springs to mind with me with John Mayer and a 335, but I'm reliably informed that he does get the old semi out every so often.
The face. I think he played he played like a blues, then slow blues.
Did he?
In the Live in LA.
No pedals.
There's this Strat thing, isn't it?
No, do you know what? I'm liking this one. Almost just sounds like it's going, I don't really want humbuckers in me, I'd rather have single coils in me. It's just, this one's kind of going, I don't mind having a single humbucker in me. I'm kind of cool with that. It's like, oh, do you know what we haven't done yet? Is we never even showed people the gain stage on this. So let's just see what that does. Woo!
That's not a sound I associate with John Mayer.
No.
It's not at all.
It's interesting, isn't
it? It's almost like you put it in just because I have a
No,
gain
I don't
stage.
know. If you go and see, I mean, when we saw John Mayer at the O2 this year, he played he was using a few more gainy kind of tones.
Yeah.
Let's say, I'm not, well, certainly with this guitar. We'll try it again with the Strat.
Yes.
It's got too much gain in it, really. So if I take the gain up, say 3 chords in the way, I can't. Right, there's no way John Mayer, unless of course he's starting some sort of Metallica tribute band.
Yeah.
But with the gain all the way down, or not, like down at like maybe 8 o'clock, something like that, and the output driven a bit. I thought it sounded sweet. gosh, yeah, I mean...
Okay, there's a mute switch there.
Yeah, I don't know, bizarre. We'd need John basically on the show to explain to us exactly
what he does,
what he wanted the gain channel
Sound
for.
like John Mayer. by going on eBay and spending 30 grand.
Let's see what it sounds like with the Strat.
He does this.
No.
Oh!
Wow! Well, there we go. I've enjoyed myself. Have you enjoyed yourself, Pete?
Yeah, yes. This is a very, it's very cool. It's
religious
very,
moment
very,
for
very,
you.
very cool. Yeah, I'm not a religious man.
I know. But I'll be honest with you. We've done our ears. We've kind of, you know, when you do something that feels good but you know it's bad.
Yes, but I'll tell you what. This is. I know you guys commented on the video we did with the Vibro King, and it was loud and stuff. There's a difference between having a bad sound loud and having a good sound loud. The ears, it doesn't hurt your ears.
It's probably still killing millions of hearing cells, though.
I don't have any left anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Look, we're not doing this like for 3 hours a day or anything like that. We're doing this for like 20 minutes once a week sort of thing.
Yeah, but if
that's like something else that... I kind of, when you get an opportunity to have these kind of amplifiers in the room, the last thing you want to do is stick 2 bits of jelly in each ear and kind of not really know.
We can't turn it up too loud because then it's going to ruin my ears.
We'll regret it when we're older.
And you know what? I've got no regrets. I don't want to regret anything when I'm old. I want to try this. If I got this in and I played it not very loud, I would regret it.
What'd you say?
What?
I can't hear.
Ah man, we have to play this, right?
Mm-hmm. It's the wrong one. I'm in that one.
Oh.
Do you want less reverb?
Yeah. I don't know if that's the sound, is it?
Want this one? It's too distorted. It's
I mean, it's tight enough.
That is tight and clean.
And then you got the solo, right? Sorry, John,
Mama.
and everybody out there. I'm a bit confused with this whole thing because it's very.
It's pretty epic. I mean,
it's epic, but it's difficult to play, man. I mean, he's not lying when he's saying
he's good.
Because remember when we did the 2-Rock, he's not lying when he's saying he's amazing. When we did the 2-Rock at NAMM,
yes,
and I plugged in, and it took me a while to get. I mean, it's not forgiving at all.
I love this sound.
Not forgiving.
There's a definite thing for me. You know, for me, my kind of if I had to, you know, have one John Mayer album that you know that was the only one I could ever hear again, it would be Continuum, and I'm probably like, you know, 75% of Mayer fans would probably say the same, and that whole sound is kind of so, you know, entwined with this kind of this amp and I'm not saying he recorded the album with this amp, but that his sound at that time was very much like this. I've never really understood why John is. You never really know what stuff he's used to record an album. It's probably because it's all done on a Zoom 505. When you put the two, so it's like when you put the two side by side, it's kind of tough not to have a lot of love for this one.
Yeah, but there's that sound, isn't it? There's this sound here, this sound. It's the what is it? Can I loop something here? Does that work?
Yeah. To get a little bit of Prince in there.
You have to get some Prince in.
Oh man.
I mean, is that? Go back to the other one.
I put a bit too much reverb in there now.
Go back to the other one and then have the same. I mean, I guess that's probably with. I don't know, man. When people, I mean, it's in the fingers as well, man. I mean, I'm sorry. I hope I've done this justice because this is like.
Yeah, they're two great sounding amplifiers, two slightly different sounding amplifiers. One is, unobtainium, and the other is just unbelievably expensive, but obtainium.
But
if
obtainium.
You want one.
If you, yeah.
I mean,
but
I
it's
guess
only 100 of these, right?
No, this is not limited edition. This is
okay.
This is limited to the fact that Paul said to me they reckon they're geared up to make about 100 a year of these.
Oh, okay.
So it's not limited. Effectively, it's just limited by the fact that they can't make that many. There is, of course, we don't have one here, and so I don't exactly know how different they would be. But of course, you have got the option of looking at something like a 2-rock
classic reverb.
Classic reverb or custom reverb? I can't remember.
Classic reverb. I am looking. I'm looking.
And maybe I don't know how much that's evolved since this was out, but they still are around doing their thing.
Yeah, they are. And go and look at people. I mean, there are lots of. Anyway,
it's just
look at the neck on this guitar.
Yes, we've been using just a stock.
No, limited edition custom shop.
Is it limited?
Yeah, it's limited edition custom shop. Look.
I don't know what makes that limited then. What is it, like a 61, 62?
60. It's a big old 59 neck on here, I think.
Oh, maybe
so
it's
like
a 59.
It's really nice, like
62 is it?
Sorry.
62 Relict. Don't know
looks
much
like Mick
about
Taylor's
that.
guitar.
It does. It's a limited edition Mick Taylor.
Custom shop. Mick Taylor's signature.
Shop. Absolutely, yeah. And the other one we used was a very posh.
So like a Clapton, wasn't it?
Is this a 60 something?
60, yeah, 64 something.
I don't know, what's the block reissue ones? I can't remember. 64?
64, yeah. Beautiful thing. Clapton.
Anyway, both of those will be on the Andertons website somewhere if you want to go for a browse. So look, thank you to Anonymous John Mayer fan for bringing all his cool gear in. Are you a fan of any other guitar player? You couldn't sort of bring in... Really? Could you bring in like Eric Clapton's rig next week for us to try that, please? And then the week after that, bring in like David Gilmour's rig or something like that. Oh, okay, fair enough. Look, wow, there you are. Enjoy.
I hope I made I hope I did this justice.
You did it
because it was it's very
daunting. Is that the word?
No, but it's just not. It's not easy, man. It's not easy to play.
I've never seen you this flustered in a video before.
No, it's not easy. Not any of these videos on this channel. But it's not easy to play. It's not forgiving at all. I mean, it's just if you make a little mistake, that it gets you. And on that note,
boosh.
Yeah.
Okay, that's it. I've been the Captain. Thanks for watching.
And I'm Pete.
I'm just.
Thank you very much
I'm humble, Pete.
Yeah. No, this was an experience. Thank you very much.
All right, see you next time.
Man,
I'm spent.
Yeah.
everybody, thanks for watching the Andertons Guitar YouTube channel. If you're a drummer or a keyboard player or interested in music technology, you might find one of our other channels interesting, and I'll put details of those in the description below. If you want to find out more about the products we've just featured, please click here. If you'd like to buy a t-shirt like this, please click here. If you want to watch another video on our guitar channel, click down here. And to subscribe to our guitar channel, click here. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you next time.